Okay folks, so here I am playing Portal Revolution comfortably on my settee. Portal Revolution is a mod for Portal 2, recently released, but I didn't really want to be sitting down on my computer necessarily to play this game. So what I've done is set up Steam Link to my projector so that, as I say, I can just be a little bit more comfortable as I cabbage down with controller in hand and just enjoy this as if it were a console game. So just in case that wasn't clear, this is a Steam only game. It is actually playing on my computer and then I'm streaming this over my home network so that I can sit down and play it on this projector. Now, you may not have a projector, that is absolutely fine. You can use this setup with any standard television, and this works for all Steam games. This isn't simply limited to Portal Revolution, that just happens to be what I'm playing at the moment. So let's go ahead and I'm going to explain the setup process for you and also what you need to get up and running. Okay, so the prerequisites for being able to stream your Steam games over your home network to your other televisions, projector in my case, is first off, of course, you are going to need a free Steam account. Obvious really, you want to be streaming the games that are on that account, so you are going to need it. The next thing you are going to need is a streaming box. So I am using the NVIDIA Shield. You don't have to use this one in particular. Even the Amazon Fire Stick will technically work. However, something to bear in mind with the Fire Stick, which is probably the cheapest option. First off, it doesn't have Steam Link as a native app to download. You will have to go through the hassle of sideloading that app. It is possible, but a bit of extra work. And the second thing is that the Fire Stick is quite a low spec device, so you may run into issues when trying to stream games such as over Steam Link. On the other hand, the Shield TV here, which is kind of similar to the Fire Stick, it does run Android TV. It's a little bit more expensive, however, it is a much better spec and it's not filled with adverts every time you try and navigate the menus. You can also look at getting the Shield TV Pro, but it's going to be about double the price, and in my opinion, it's not really necessary. This has been working absolutely fine for me, so I find it to be a good middle range in terms of the price point between the Amazon Fire Stick, which isn't really going to do a satisfactory job for this purpose, and something like the Shield TV Pro or the Apple TV, which is just going to be complete overkill. And the other reason I like the Shield TV here is you can connect this directly to Ethernet, and this is a really important point. Your ability to stream Steam Link is going to live or die on whether or not you can get a strong, solid network connection between your host PC that has Steam installed and your client where you are going to be streaming to. I have a cabled connection, network connection from my network directly into my Steam PC, and I also have a cable connection going directly into my NVIDIA Shield from my network. Now, it's not totally necessary to do this the way I've done it. I do recommend having at least the Steam PC set up over a network via cable, if at all possible. And then if you want to run the Shield TV or whatever streaming stick you are using over Wi-Fi, then that should be adequate as long as you have a very strong Wi-Fi connection. Of course, if you can avoid Wi-Fi altogether, as I have, then that is going to give you the best possible results. So with all of that setup done, let's go ahead and get Steam Link itself downloaded on our streaming box and connect that to our computer. Okay, so set up from scratch then. First off, you want to make sure you have downloaded Steam Link onto your streaming box. I'm using the NVIDIA Shield TV, as I mentioned, so this is what the instructions I'm giving are going to relate to. But if you are using another box, then they should be somewhat similar regardless. So once Steam Link is installed, don't open it just yet. You want to make sure you have a game controller. You could technically use a keyboard and mouse over Bluetooth, but I think a game controller is going to be the more common choice. You're going to want to connect this to the Shield TV. So I am using the PS5 DualSense controller. You can use an Xbox controller, which is actually probably better as it tends to have more compatibility with Steam games, but I found the DualSense does work fine even if the on-screen button prompts relate to the Xbox controller a lot of the time. So this actually gets added not to Steam Link, but to the NVIDIA Shield TV itself. And the way we do this is, first of all, we put the controller into pairing mode, which is to hold down the create button here. And whilst we're holding that down, hold the PlayStation button here for about 5 seconds, and then it will start blinking to indicate pairing mode. So pushing that create button down, holding the PS button down for a few seconds. The controller is currently off, by the way. There we go. I'm going to head over, hopefully you guys can see this. I'll explain what I'm doing anyway. Over to the settings menu on the NVIDIA Shield TV, and I'm going to scroll all the way down to remotes and accessories. You see the option here, add accessory. That is the option we're going to use. I'm going to simply select that, and the controller, which is in pairing mode still, has been detected up here, the DualSense wireless controller. So let's go ahead and choose that. It now says pairing, and yeah, we can just select pair here. And by the way, you see we have the solid LED around the controller touchpad to indicate the pairing is complete. I can now use the PS5 controller to navigate the Shield TV itself. So I can use this pretty much to control the whole device, or if I download any games off Google Play, or if I download PS Remote Play, or whatever it might be, the controller is now connected. I won't need to repeat this step. Now, the next thing, before opening up Steam Link, make sure that Steam is open on your host PC. So check that it's open, make sure that any updates and downloads are completed, as you don't want to be hogging your network bandwidth. And once you are happy that Steam is open and good to go, we are just going to select the Steam Link on the Shield TV to open that, and we will be greeted by the Getting Started screen. So let's go ahead and select Get Started. Again, I'm just using the PlayStation controller for this rather than the remote. And it looks like it has found my computer, Simon PC. So what I'm going to do is select that. It's then going to give me a pin 4344, in my case it will be different for you, that I then need to input into my host PC. So I'm just going to go over there now. You can see it is requesting the pin right there, and I will type it in, 4344, hit confirm. And then, yep, it is now connecting, and will just take a minute or two. But it says my streaming bandwidth test was successful up to 100 megabits per second, which is going to be absolutely perfect for our needs. That's going to be more than sufficient for streaming our Steam games over here. Let's go ahead and tap OK for that. And we can see we've got a green tick on the computer connection, on the controller connection, and just generally the connection is good. So let's select Start Playing. It's then going to make the connection. All of that we just did was a one-time setup. This is what you will do from here on out. Choose your PC, and there we go. We have our Steam library at our fingertips, ready to play from the comfort of our settee. So this is just one of the things that I purchased the NVIDIA Shield TV for. I'm actually going to show you another tutorial, which you might want to stick around for, showing how you can set this up to stream your PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4 console using Remote Play, and I may go ahead and show you how you can even stream Xbox games as well, which is a little bit more complex, so let me know if you would like to see that. But for the purposes of today's video, hopefully this has been helpful for you. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe for future tutorials and videos like this. I will drop a link to the NVIDIA Shield TV down in the comments if you want to actually get this streaming box. As I say, it works well for me, so I can recommend it. But thanks so much for checking out the video. Happy streaming!